Hello, my crafty friends. This is Cindy. I'd like to welcome you to my studio. Hope everyone's well, staying cool. It's really hot down here in Florida. I go out early in the morning and water my flowers and come back in. We are really having some brutal weather. But of course, July and August in Florida is always kind of brutal. We pay our dues and then we get a nice winter, so it's okay. Okay, if you'll remember the other day I did a video I have completely revamped what I'm doing. I had two signatures in there. The spine was too large. I disassembled everything and I took a mailer, the Xerox bubble mailers, and I made this journal, and it's nice and crunchy. And let me go over the front. We'll work on the front first. We're going to finish this up today, and then it'll be in my shop. I took and I used some pink fabric, and then I took and I added some let me see if I need to get a closer shot here. Nope, that won't work. Okay, I added some vintage lace. I had a big chunk of vintage lace and I added that. Then I added back what I had. I've added some ties. So let's finish up this front and then we'll move to the inside, okay? So remember the other day we were going to put this flower here. And I had to take it off because I was beating it up. So let's put a little dab of glue right here. Let me make sure. Yeah, I'm in frame. Okay, I am. And I found this sweet, look at this darling flower. It was in my stash of flowers. It's got a little pink button and it's, look at that, isn't that beautiful? Okay, we're going to put that right there. Only I think I need to put more glue. So let's add some more glue. What's everybody up to? I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Send me your pictures. Talk to me. Oh, makes. Okay. I think I got it out. Now we're going to put this right there, and I'm going to just hold it for a few minutes. Yeah, I think I remember I told you the other day that I get my hair and nails done up in, still up toward the Villages. We've moved. We live right outside of Mount Dora. And we used to live up toward the Villages way. And I still go up there to get my hair done. And there's a Bell's Outlet right next door. And I always go in there because they always have such wonderful bargains. And I found this bow. It was actually a hair clip. I pulled the clip off and I've got this beautiful satin bow. I think it turned out so pretty. Then I added a little piece of pink trim here. I added some rosettes down the side. And let's see. I'm just going to do a couple of more things to the front. I think I'm going to put that, yeah, I'm going to put this up in that top corner. It's just a little rosette thing I added some pearls to. So let's add some glue to that. Okay. And I just want to put that right up there. Oops! Right up there for a little touch of something. Okay, let me hold that down. I love these pearls. They're pretty. Kind of hold that down. So what's everybody doing on these hot, hot days? Whew. Tell you what. Okay, looks like we got it going here. Okay, now, I was thinking about, I'm not sure, I'm going to look, I'm thinking about putting, yeah, I just keep on and on. I'm going to put some pearls down the side here. I love pearls. So let's see, I'm going to put them right there. And let me cut them off. I got to straighten them up a little bit. There. Let me straighten them up a little bit before they stick, and I can't. Oh, that's beautiful. I love to create. You know, I came by my crafting, honestly. My grandmother, back in the day, you know, she did pillowcases and cross stitch and that kind of thing. And then my mother picked up, she was a real needle artisan. And she did counted cross stitch, and it was beautiful. She did open cut work. She did really beautiful work. And I kind of went into the paper craft, and I have always, ever since I was a little girl, just loved pretty paper. I have always saved paper. So this is my calling, okay? Okay, I think this is probably finished. Let me put a little bit more glue right there. I don't want this, I want it to sit in a certain way. And it's gonna need more glue. Okay. Now, the only other thing I was thinking about, I've got this pretty stick pin. I love to make pins. Sometimes I have them in my shop. I don't have any right now. I have a pin cushion with some glass stick pins on it, but I think that's all I have. But this is just a sweet little pin. It's got some sparkle to it, beads, and so I think I am going to stick that. Oh yeah, right there. So I need to put some glue on it so it'll stay put. Let me clean off the tip here. There we go. Now I'm just going to kind of slide this in there. There. Oh my, isn't she beautiful? If you're interested, as soon as I get through with this video, get it uploaded, and take some pictures, she's going to be in my Etsy shop. So if you want her, you might better hurry on over, because my journals like this don't last very long. Okay. Let me give you the dimensions of her. Let me get my ruler here. She measures, let's see, 9 by 7. She's a big girl. Okay. And this is Sorry Silk that I get from Sheila Gingrich at Boho Daydream. She has beautiful embellishments. Okay, let's open this up gently. Let me make sure both pages are in frame. And they are. Let me push them up just a little bit. Okay, this page I did some ruching with this fabric. I love to do this, and I think it adds such a shabby chic look. And I really like it. I'm thinking that I need something right here, and I'm wondering if that would be big enough. I don't know. Let me cut this out. And see. it kind of helps round that out. I'm going to put that right there. It's in French. I don't really know what it says, but I'm sure it's nice. So I'm going to put that right there. Okay, that kind of balances that a little bit. Now, let's start flipping, and I'll see what I want to add. I have a jar of vintage buttons that I got from a lady, so we're going to be adding some of those. So let's dump some of these out. They're really pretty. Put those right there, and then I have some of these pretty. I want to place some of these in there, and that's probably about all we're going to do. Okay, so this is some beautiful flowing floppy lace that hangs down. I put another little bow there, some satin rosettes, and then the little girl collage. Then let's turn over, and I've added a couple of tags, and I think I'm going to add another rosette. The wonderful thing about making these journals that are squishy, you don't have to worry about getting a gator mouth. You can keep adding things, and they work. Oops. They work just fine. Okay, so let's slide that in there and let it dry for a minute. And then we have this pretty tag to journal on. Aren't the colors in that just beautiful? Just love it. I think I'm going to add a button to this. We're going to just do these last finishing touches. Whoops. Give it some shimmer and some shine. These buttons are, some of them are shimmery. Okay. There. Isn't that lovely? You know, I have several of these journals. I have one laying on my dresser in my bedroom. They're just so inspiring. I just think they are beautiful, and I enjoy them so much. I want to make sure everything's tacked down good. Tell you what I'm going to do. Let me turn on my hot glue gun. That's what I want to use. Let me move this ruler out of the way. I don't think I'm going to need scissors. Let me turn my glue gun on. I love this glue gun. It's one of these little, it's by Lynn and Lily, and it's got a precision point, and it works wonderful when you're doing buttons and that kind of thing. So it'll take just a minute for it to heat up. So I think that's on pretty good. Then I did some ruching here. Ruching, is that how you say it? I gathered this up. I thought that added some beauty to that rose. And I thought it would be so pretty to journal around, you know, kind of journal around here, your thoughts. Maybe put a picture of a loved one, your child, your grandchild. I just thought that would be so pretty. And then this page is wonderful. I've left it open for journaling. And then here is a lovely large tag that just kind of slides in there. Okay. And then we've got this beautiful, look at that rose. Isn't it pretty? These papers are so pretty. I just dearly love them. Okay, now what I want to do when my glue gun gets hot, might have to come back to that. Then on this page, I've just added, I had this little bag hanging around forever. I thought it was so cute, but I never used it. I put this tag in there. And I thought, well, let's just pop it in here, and I did. So I think that makes a very pretty spread. I'll come back to that in a minute. This is pretty. This is a coordinating tag. It tucks in there. This page I just adore. Wouldn't that be beautiful? A picture of a grandchild or a great-grandmother put there. Just lovely. Journaling here. I think I'm going to add, let me see, it's not ready yet, I don't think. It takes a minute for it to kick in. Let's see here. Now it's working a little bit. By the time I pop it back in and it works some more, it'll be good. I'm going to put that right there. I think that is lovely. And it just gives a little something to this page. It's not blank, and then you can journal. And this is a stationery tag I did. Isn't that pretty? Okay. And let's flip over here. Then we have another tag on this beautiful lace paper. You know, you journal on here, put a couple of photographs, journal on here. I thought that was lovely. Nice late page with some lace on it. Here's another pretty page. I love this background. And I thought these girls coordinated really well. And let's see here. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to add that. Then we've got another beautiful rose. Then this is a pretty page. Thought it all coordinated very well. We've got a couple of tags. I was going to add some buttons on here. Let's see if we're ready to go. Don't want to get burned. Ooh, gotta hold this. There we go. Okay, let's put that right there. And let's see, I like that one. This one has actually still got some threads on it, which makes it really old. Okay, let's put that right there. Get them straight. Let's find one more. What do we want? Let's get a clear one. No, they don't look too pretty. Let's see here. Let's use this one. Okay. There. I like that. Okay, let's see. We might add a little word across that stem. That might be cute. Let's do that. I'd like to know what everybody's working on. That would be fun. Now this one, I don't know what that says either. Oh me. Not sure. Not sure. Oops, oops, oops. Oh me. That didn't work too well. There. That's not really where I wanted that, but that's the one thing about using glue stick. You can't okay, let's see here. I think I'm going to add this piece of, this is such a pretty piece of trim. I think this is the last of it. I have a little tray over here that's got all my snippets in it. And I think this is about the last of it. I don't even know where I got it, but it's such a pretty color. I love it. There. I like that. Isn't that pretty? Okay, you know, you can flip through 100 times, and every time you flip through, you can add something else. Okay, now I wanted to put some buttons on here. Let me see. We'll put one there. I like that one. One there. Oops. One there. And let's put one more. Oh, I like this one. It kind of picks up the light. There. Okay. I like that. Now let's flip over again. This is the center, and I think it is so beautiful. Look at these lovely pockets. Aren't they beautiful? I don't know where I got these. I got them from someone. Not sure who, but I think they are so, so pretty. And then the tags just slide in. This is a Prima hearts. They come in all different colors of pink from Prima. Okay. Lovely lace across the top. I think that's pretty. I added this, and I definitely wanted to put a button. Let me see if I can cut this shank off without it going crazy. I did. One good thing about Tim Holtz scissors. Oh, me. Okay. Let's put some glue on this one. This doily is so pretty. It's a light green, and you know, I don't know where I got most of my stuff because I have been collecting. I couldn't tell you how many years. Well, let's see. I started crafting when I was about 20. And I won't tell you how old I am now, but yeah. But I've been crafting a while. This is lovely. This is a stationary heart here. And then here's two beautiful tags. Here's a postcard. Excuse me. And this one. So pretty. Love it, love it. Okay. Now, I don't know. I wasn't going to add any more trims. But I've got that. I might as well put it on here. You know, it's just sitting there in my little bucket. So why not? Okay. You know, normally you think I'm going to throw that away. But look how pretty that looks right there. Just put it in a bucket or whatever you have. And, yeah, it worked. Here's another beautiful picture frame. Lovely. Okay, and here's another pretty page. I think I'm going to add a little touch of something here. So let's put this down. On that, I thought that would be pretty. And I think I'm going to add some pearls down this. I think this is just long enough. And it is. How about that? I buy my pearls from Hobby Lobby. Um, you get 3 strips, and they've always been $1.99, but I went the other day and they were $2.99, so go figure. Okay, here's another beautiful page. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. This is pretty. I added this piece of lace to this little little tag, that little fabric tag. And then I love this. Isn't this beautiful? Look at that. And then I have 3 tags. I've added some bows. I'll tuck these down here. Let me tell you a little secret that I do. I put tabs, or I cut out, if they're on there, I cut them out on the sides, or I add them on the sides. The bottom, I do not, because I don't want it to be too where my tags are flopping around. But if you put it on the sides, you have more room to get your tags in, okay? And I want to put some buttons up here. I'm going to put one in the center. Oh, those do show up nicely. I thought they would. And let's put another one. That one right there. And let's put one more. I know everybody knows this. You know, you try to do groups of 3 or 5. That's how you kind of do that. Okay, look at that shoe. Isn't that beautiful? I think I got this from Lydia at oh, I can't think of the name. Okay. I want to put some buttons down the side of this because they show up so pretty on here. I like it. We'll probably just do 3. And I don't try to match them up. I just pick them up, and whatever happens, happens. Let me see what I got in here. Nope. Okay. I want to wait just a minute till that dries. Clean up my area a little bit. I think I might put one of these on there. I like these little things, and they've just kind of been hanging around. So let's use them. There. Okay. Oh, let's not forget this. This is so pretty. This page, just look at this. Doesn't that just blend beautiful? I think so. That. And then I thought these tags just went so pretty. Like a little and then put her in there. Isn't that pretty? And let me make sure that's dry enough to flip. And then I think this page is gorgeous. Isn't that pretty with the aqua and the pink roses? And then I just did a little pocket with a little perfume tag. And then this one's fun. Kind of stacked up here. We've got these 2 tags. This one's stationary. And then I added these 2. And then I was going to put that right there. Okay, let's pop that right there. There, that brings all that together. Okay, then we have this page. And I've added some fun things to it. Okay. And then this is our last page. And I've added a pink bag. These buttons are beautiful. They're like, they got little flowers on them. And in this bag, I've added fun things. I've got an old canceled check, some sheet music that you can use, and this is an 1800s rag paper, and it's still attached. Okay, this is a find, and I'm adding that to the journal. Put the music behind it, and it just kind of slides in here, and there's lots of room for more things you can just slide in. And here she is. Okay, I hope you have enjoyed the final touches and the flip through. And if you're interested, she will be on my Etsy site very shortly. Let me go ahead and tie her up so you can see how it looks. I always bring the bows kind of forward so they kind of accent the front cover. Very easy to do. There. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? I know I can't sing. Okie dokie, ladies and gents. This is my latest project, and I am so proud of her. Just gorgeous. Okay, I will talk to you very soon. You have a wonderful rest of the day. If you're where it's hot, stay cool. Bye-bye.